welcome everyone to another video of English learning. I think we have covered sufficient amount of grammar content. So today we are going to learn about active passive voice. This is usually very important in your spoken language because when we are speaking, we tend to speak about others, we tend to speak about what others are speaking, and hence we use a lot of passive voice. We don't realize it, but we do use a lot of passive voice while we communicate with others, and hence it is very important for us to understand how exactly do you transform active voice to passive voice. But before getting into this chapter, there will be things that we have previously covered that will be used in this video or will be used in this lesson to learn active passive voice. So I'll quickly do a brief recap about things that are necessary. Alright, so we have done this video about subject, verb and object. Alright, so let me just do a brief recap. I am playing cricket. Simple, I am playing cricket. So here this is the verb, obviously this is the subject and this becomes object. So subject is the doer, as in if we all know verb is the action. Now who is performing that action? That is subject. And towards what is that action pointed to? That is the object. Now the whole purpose of active passive is an active voice. If there is a sentence given in active voice and you need to convert it into a passive voice, you need to interchange object and subject. So I need to write a sentence where cricket becomes an object and I becomes a subject. Then this active voice will get transformed into a passive voice. So for example, cricket is being played by me. Okay, there are fixed formulas, there are fixed ways how you do such things that we will cover in this video, but yes, simply the act of interchanging or exchanging subject and object transforms an active voice into a passive voice. So number one is you must be able to identify a subject and an object in a sentence. That is very important. Secondly, the tenses. There are specific rules, not exactly rules, they are not difficult to remember of course, but there are fixed ways where you can transform sentence. If a sentence is in a simple present, there is a fixed way how you transform that simple sentence with simple present tense from active to passive. So in this video, we will only cover the present tense, because if I cover all the tenses in one single video, it becomes too much for one single video. So right now we are going to focus on, let me make a quick note over here as well, because these things are necessary. If you really are serious about improving your English language skills, it is important that you keep on revising what was done in the previous classes. If you don't do that, okay, your foundation will be shaky. Alright, so present has 4, but right now for the purposes of active passive voice we'll cover the first 3. That is simple present, present continuous, and the last one is present perfect. Alright, all these tenses, if you want to revise these tenses quickly, you can go back to that video of mine where we have covered present tenses and come back again to this video, because you will need a good understanding of the tenses before you get into active and passive. Do not straight away try to learn active passive. Alright, so let us write a sentence. Okay, we'll use the same I play cricket. Okay, this is a sentence in a simple present tense. I play cricket. Play is the verb. This is the subject. This is the object. So this is active voice. So how do you convert an active voice into a passive voice? You exchange the subject and the object. So whichever sentence I write has to have cricket as a subject and me, that is I, as an object. So for a simple present tense, the formula is R plus third verb. Okay, so how do I write this is active? So how do I write it as passive? Cricket is, and what is the third verb of play? Cricket is played by me. Very simple. You must practice a whole lot of sentences. There are a number of worksheets that I have for each separate tenses that you need to practice for active to passive voice. Initially it might seem very difficult, but once when you get the hang of it, things become easy. Alright, so yes, let's take one more sentence. So the active is he. So now let's take another example of present continuous. Okay, this was simple present, that was is and are. Okay, let me just, all right, now we take present continuous tense. Present continuous, he is playing cricket. All right, meaning present continuous. A brief recap: when you write a sentence in present continuous, it is implied that the action is undergoing at the time or at the moment of speaking that sentence. So that is present continuous tense. So here first this is the first step whenever you are trying to transform any sentence from active to passive voice. The first thing you do is you write the SVO. So first to identify the verb. Obviously playing is the verb, that's the action word. Who is performing that action? That is he. And what is that action? That is cricket. He is playing what? That is cricket. So this is object, this is verb, this is subject. So the whole purpose of transferring an active voice into passive voice is you interchange subject and object. Now this again is a sentence in present continuous. So the formula for present continuous is are plus being plus third verb, meaning the third form of that verb. And is are, there is one more word, that is being, that is added. Okay, so let's find. So I need to keep cricket as an object, so I'll write cricket is remains is being played by him. Okay, so now I have taken cricket as an object and him becomes the subject. So this is the passive voice for present continuous. Okay, I know it sounds a little bit tricky, but it might take a few practice, a few worksheets for you to completely get comfortable with transferring sentences from active to passive. All right, so now we focus on present perfect tense. Present perfect is I'll need to create some space. Okay, let me just erase this one. Okay, all right, present perfect. Let me write a sentence, an easier one, that is I have played cricket. This is a sentence in the present perfect tense. Okay, first of all let me identify, this is the verb, this is object, sorry, this is the subject and this becomes object. Okay, again we just need to transfer object over here and we need to transfer subject over there. Now what is the formula for a sentence in present perfect? The formula is has, have plus been plus third verb. Okay, like I said, verbs are a very important part of your vocab. So if you have a good amount of verbs in your vocabulary, it really helps. It will dramatically improve your spoken language, especially verbs and adjectives. If you have a good grasp, or if you have a good number of these verbs and adjectives in your vocab, you will have a good polished language. Yes, so now since this sentence is in present perfect, I need to transform this active voice into a passive voice, and the formula is has, have plus been plus third verb. So cricket has been played by me. Okay, so yeah, if you are serious about active passive voice in the present tense, here I'm going to highlight, so this is the formula for this is the formula here, and this is the formula here. Alright, it is active passive is done tense wise. So first you must identify the tense, then you must identify the SVO, that is subject verb object. So the first two steps are extremely and absolutely important. Once you have identified the subject and object, it becomes easier for you to simply exchange them and introduce whichever formula. If it's a perfect present perfect tense, you use this one. If it is simple, you use this one. If it is continuous, you use this one. As simple as that. In the upcoming videos, we'll also cover the past tense, and the one after that we'll cover the future tense. Right? That's it for this video. If you wish to explore for more of my content, you can visit my profile on Instagram. You can visit my profile on X. I've also uploaded some articles on X, so if you would want to read any of my writings, you can check that out as well. I've also put them down into highlights on my highlight section on my Instagram profile, so do check that out. There are some other videos on my YouTube channel regarding the philosophy and the political commentary about the political ongoings in our country. Do check that out as well. That's it from this video of active passive voice. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.